1 in 9 people in the state of Michigan are facing hunger. 1 in 8 children. Though many of us may not realize the great disparities in our own communities, people are facing hunger literally everywhere. In our communities, in your communities, the people next door, the people down the road, the people you work with. Those senior citizens that have already given everything that they can give, and now they just need a little help, they're going hungry. Hello everyone, and welcome to SuttonsDaze. If you're new here, my name is Lisa, and we are all about pantry preparedness. You know that my goal is to help you become as prepared as possible in your pantries for life's little emergencies, to get you through the tough times, the rough times, the emergencies. With the cold weather creeping in, it's that time of year where it's becoming more and more difficult for people to be able to afford the foods needed to sustain themselves, on top of the electric bills, the gas bills, the normal bills that happen just because it gets colder outside. Last year, we tried something that literally blew me away. It brings tears to my eyes just thinking about it today. You all amazed me when I reached out and said, can you help me help the people in the community? The county that I live in has the oldest demographic in the state of Michigan. The area that we live in has some of the poorest in the state of Michigan. And so our goal last year was to raise a couple $1,000s in order to help supplement a local food bank. The support, the outpouring of love that came from this community will forever be etched into my brain. And it was mentioned that I should do this every year. So I reached out to NEMSCA, and you're going to learn more about that organization and see more about it coming up in the clip here, and find out ways that we can work to help them help people in 11 counties in the northeastern part of Michigan, some of the poorest counties in the state.
My name is Amanda Bergeron, and I am currently the Community Resource Coordinator, formerly the Food Program Director.
I'm Tammy Dane, currently the Food Program Director.
Okay, for
Northeast Michigan Community Service Agency, or otherwise known as NEMSCA.
Because that's a mouthful.
Yes.
So NEMSCA serves 11 counties in Michigan.
11 core counties, yep.
Okay, and it goes from us.
Aranet County up to Sheboygan County.
So visually, because we live in Michigan.
So about like this.
Okay, so we're all the way up there. So 11 counties. Now, in these 11 counties, I know Alcona County, because that's what I focused on last year. Alcona County is the oldest county in the state of Michigan as far as demographics go. How are we faring for the other 10? Or is it still a pretty senior demographic?
Yes. Definitely senior demographic, obviously rural demographic, and poverty.
So it's hitting all the check marks. What does NEMSCA do?
NEMSCA does a lot of things. So basically our agency, when we explain our programs and our reach, we assist individuals and families from birth into essentially aging. So we have early Head Start programs, homeless and prevention, weatherization assistance, aging. We are the Area 9 aging entity.
School success.
Food programs, obviously, which we operate 2 different food programs along with a home delivery program, volunteer services.
A lot.
And then
foster grandparents.
And also within those programs, those are the major departments, but each department operates their own subset of different programs depending on the funding that they're receiving and different things like that.
How are you funded?
We are funded by federal funding and also state funding, and sometimes donations as well.
Okay.
And also we have done different grants through entities such as Community Foundation.
Okay, so let's talk about the food banks. You just described the program with free lunches for school, and how the people here in the state of Michigan are now all good if they're eligible for free lunch, or everybody's getting a free lunch.
So through the state's new budget, it was proposed that all students throughout the state of Michigan would be receiving free lunches. So along with that is an eligibility criteria for our TFAP program, which stands for the Emergency Food Assistance Program, which has been rebranded at our agency in clear language. Now it is known as the Food Boost Program.
Food Boost.
Yep.
Okay.
So if you are a family within our 11 county service area and your child is receiving free lunches through public school, that's an automatic criteria for you to receive these food services.
So whereas if you're a grandparent or a single parent or just a struggling family, and you are above the federal criteria to get any kind of assistance, even if it's just by $1 or $2, right? Normally, you might have a little bit of trouble getting the assistance, but because you have school-age children that are getting the free lunches, which are literally available to every child now, you don't have to worry about the criteria. If you need help, you can go to. That's perfect.
Yeah.
And that relieves a little bit of the stigma that some people may have with it. So that's good. That's good. Because Tammy was telling me about a gentleman, a grandfather, and his grandchild. Can you tell that story?
Recently, I had a grandfather come into the pantry who needed food. He's raising his school-age child, and between rent and all the other utilities, food is falling by the wayside. He makes too much money to qualify for food stamps, so he's asking agencies like ours for help. And the funds that we could raise will help be able to provide more food, more variety to folks like that.
Right.
Who need the help. Because when you have a pop-up that's once in a while, or you have a pantry that you can only go to once a month, you don't get a lot of food.
No.
Not enough for a month. It's an addition. So we need to do anything we can to help people like that. Everybody can fall on hard times.
Right.
Any one of us tomorrow could have the same issues
Exactly.
and need this help.
I'm sure you have a bunch of stories like that with people that just are falling under the cracks, between the cracks, because of the criteria that's required.
Yes.
You have the big operation that goes out to all 11 counties. But if someone were to show up on your doorstep here, can we show people like what you have available right now and how this fundraiser could help? One of the food banks that operates out of this location, out of this organization, is this particular food bank. And for those of you who were with me last year, I want you to notice the difference in the size of the pantry and what's available. Walk us through what you've got and then how this fundraiser can help.
Currently we have canned products and cereal and crackers and soup and peanut butter, and we have some fish in one of our freezers. What this funding would allow us to do is have a variety of items. We would be able to shop at some of the local stores in the area that have awesome deals, that we would be able to give more variety to the participants who want to come and have our food.
So right now with your funding, it's USDA funding, which is fantastic and appreciated and wonderful. But that funding cannot be used to do things like the Double Up Food Program that's at Myers or the food bank that's...
Correct.
So there's...
We have to use the funds to purchase USDA foods, which is a catalog that we're given every year in order to purchase out of.
Okay. And with the funds that we can raise here, not only will we potentially superfill this room and these freezers and bleed out into the other area, right? Which we will be showing you guys, but you'll be able to support local businesses. Like some of my dazers know that I go to a store that's 70 miles from me because they have really great sales. So for those of you that saw the 600 pound chicken haul, you know that store. And so then you could use those funds to do that, which I hear is one of your favorite stores too.
Yes, it is.
Okay. But you could use the funds to do that, which is a store in that 11 county area.
Yes.
So
and there's several of those stores in our area that have amazing sales. You just watch the sales papers, and we could, with these funds, it's endless. I mean, we could shop for months with any dollar that was raised.
Imagine what 600 pounds of chicken could do for this organization.
Well, it wouldn't be for the organization. It would be
for the people
that we serve.
Right.
And that's what we're here for, is the people we serve.
That's awesome. If people are in need, they can come right to this door and get assistance if you have it.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. I'm here 7 to 3, Monday through Friday. Every other week I'm on distribution, so it would have to be during the time that I'm here. But we meet people, we drive out there, we do whatever we can to get the food to the people. We have a senior program here at NEMSCA that serves approximately 2,600 senior people in our service area a month, that we do pack extra food in, that we offer through our other program, the Food Boost. They get it delivered right to the sites that we do the distribution at. The folks drive through, they check off a list after they have an application, and they get a box of food. The pantry here is, if you call us, we'll get you set up. We have several satellite pantries that have offered to house our food there. And they have hours right on if you go to our site, nemska.org, they can go right on there and see the pantry hours and locations.
Okay. With these satellite pantries, are they just the USDA requirements, or are they also like this pantry that we're standing in?
So our pantry partners, they differ from site to site. So if you were to enter the Otsego United Way and observe their pantry, they stock their pantry shelves with USDA products that are delivered directly from us on a monthly basis, but they also receive food from other entities, could be from donations or through the Food Bank of Eastern Michigan through their ordering process. Some of our other pantry partners are strictly stocked by us, which obviously then in turn is stocked by the USDA food.
This kind of funding would help increase what is available, because as you can see, this is
Correct.
Not a lot. Okay.
Correct.
You're going to be working with the schools with this new program. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So right now we have a few pantries established within our school success program. That is a program through NEMSCA where school success liaisons and other school success staff are within our public school systems. And we have provided them with some products, crackers and peanut butter, to help alleviate what is going on in the classrooms, to help feed the students with snacks. And so through this funding source, we would have the ability to expand and offer the school success liaisons and the children in the classrooms a variety of food that they could actually consume on a daily basis to get them the energy that they need when they're trying to learn and go through their school day.
It also allows the kids to take the food home with them. If,
Like the backpack program?
Yes, when they leave that school, who's to say they have a meal at home? So maybe that granola bar that they're getting is going to be their dinner.
Right.
We all see the ads on TV that show the kids that they don't have food, and you don't think it's here in the United States, but it's everywhere. I see it a lot. I seen it a lot when I did my produce giveaways of the families coming through and the people that wanted food, and I'm gonna cry, because they don't have it at home. So if we're able to give them this is important, and no dollar is too big and no dollar is too small. We can do anything with anything.
Amazing
if we
things
try.
for all of it. I know that the poverty, if trees paid taxes, we'd be golden on this side of the state. They don't. And that's okay, because Trees for Neighbors are awesome. But as a result, we don't see the funding, we don't see the opportunities available in the higher population areas of the state. And there are literally people still in this area with dirt floors.
Yes. You would be highly surprised at the number of people that I have of roommates that donate together, they eat separately. I sent a message to my state asking, is any other agency seeing this? We are getting at least an application a week where folks are living together, whether it's your grandparents with the children and the grandchildren, or just two adults that can't afford anything
Right.
and they have to live together.
Right.
And we're seeing a lot of that in northern Michigan.
And it's increasing
Yes.
with everything that's going on in the world today.
Yes.
And the food costs going up. We're in the warehouse. This is the packing, distribution, storage area for everything, right? And so can you tell me about some of this stuff?
What you're seeing here is our monthly senior food program food. This gets packed by primarily volunteers and the staff members that are out here. This is done on a monthly basis, and this is what goes to our seniors. and it's a nutritionally based supplemental food that has fruits, canned vegetables. It would have a plant-based protein. It will have a UHT shelf-stable milk, a cereal, a juice, stuff to supplement the food throughout the month.
So there's this list, and this is the criteria that the USDA puts together for what people should receive?
Yes, this is what would go in their box. In addition to what is on the line, we also add some of our food boost programs foods into the boxes. So not everything on that list is a senior food product, but it is the food boost that would go to anybody that needed the food at that point.
So this is the criteria for a well-rounded diet, theoretically. Okay.
Yep.
So Jim is one of the volunteers?
Jim has been one of our volunteers here through the United Methodist of Asanique for many years now. And he's been coming at least once every other week, if not more, and he helps pack all the food that goes to our seniors.
Doesn't I pack for RSVP too?
For the
RSVP.
Oh, okay.
Retired Senior Volunteer Program.
Oh, nice.
Jim is one of several volunteers. We usually have a crew of anywhere from 10 to 14 volunteers that come at any given time to help us pack. And without people like him, we cannot do our job because we are a very small crew here. So adding the volunteers on and then adding this extra food that we're raising money for is just amazing. I mean, with the gratitude of the community members that we have here is how we do these programs.
That's fantastic. So volunteers are integral to the success of this program and
100%.
helping the community members.
Yes.
So Amanda, tell us what's happening right here because this is exciting.
Okay, super exciting news. You guys are seeing groundbreaking, literally, footage here of what will soon be a freezer space for our agency. So we wrote for a grant last year through the Allen Foundation to obtain a freezer unit so we could expand our services to our community to order things such as frozen meats, frozen fruit, and frozen vegetables. And we were awarded that grant, so we are in the finalization phase of this process. We had Omega Electric, one of our local electric providers here, just recently installing our electrical service to power the unit. We now have Worth Contracting here that is doing the site prep work to get the concrete in. And then once that's all wrapped up, we will be expecting our 10 by 25 freezer refrigerator combo unit. The benefit about this unit is it has the ability to work as a freezer, or we can switch the temperature around for it to work as a refrigerator.
So it really increases the availability of fresh and frozen foods to the community.
Yes. We have to pass up so much food from the USDA because we did not have this freezer. So the capabilities that we're going to have now is just going to be amazing. I can't wait because I'm the one that gets to see what we miss, and I don't like missing out on anything.
No, nobody likes to miss out on anything.
My staff would attest to that.
So being able to, these funds would enable you to be able to get more frozen and fresh vegetables and different meats and stuff, and also frozen meat, because right now frozen meat is also very limited.
Correct. We only have 6 chest freezers, and when I order it, we fill every freezer up and then find homes at local pantries in order to take the rest of it to be able to distribute.
Okay. So this is going to be very helpful for increasing the quality.
Yes, and quantity of what we can give out.
Amanda, can you tell us about the home delivery and these two people?
Yes, so one of our other programs that we offer, it was an expansion through the Reach and Resiliency grant, was to start a home delivery program, which was a huge need in our area. And looking at our services through a diversity, equity, and inclusion and accessibility lens, when I was in the role as the food program director, I said, we have so many people that are in their homes. Like, yes, we have these services, and they qualify, but they're not able to receive our services because we are not going to them. We need to meet them where they are.
You've got elderly, you've got mobility issues,
Correct.
You've got other issues where people cannot get out to get it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we wrote for this additional funding through Reach and Resiliency, and our agency was awarded. So we have started this home delivery program with the help of our volunteer program, And Dwayne and Pam here are two of our pivotal volunteers in the Alpena area that deliver home delivered boxes on a monthly basis.
Thank you, Dwayne and Pam. This is huge. So what brought you to do this?
Well, we retired about 4 years ago now, and I guess we just felt like we needed to give back to the community. So
That's
saw
awesome.
an ad in the paper to join this organization, and that led to Amanda. Amanda got us involved with this, and it's been a great opportunity.
Can you briefly tell us some of the things that you see when you're doing this and why this is so needed?
Well, once a month we deliver the boxes to the shut-ins, and they're very appreciative of it. You know, they can't get out, or they have mobility issues, and very happy to see us, and glad to be able to help them out.
So it's also a great opportunity to kind of just touch base with people because they don't get out, they don't see a lot of people. It's kind of like a wellness check that's not a wellness check.
Yeah, I think they're glad to see us too, because
Yeah.
they talk to us and they ask us how we're doing, and vice versa. So yeah, we've made some friends with some of them too.
Awesome.
One of the elderly gentlemen that we deliver boxes to, he had an older dog. Her name was Shiloh. She was a pit bull mix, just the friendliest dog. So every time I brought the box in, the dog would come and we'd pet it, and it got to be kind of almost our pet in some ways.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, yeah, we used to bring him treats too, or her. We would bring her a box of treats. Well, a couple of months ago, the dog wasn't there, and I asked the gentleman. I said, "Where's your dog at?" And he said that she died. She had cancer, and they had to put her down. So I was kind of worried about him because he was really down and out. So I asked Tammy here at the food program if she could check on him and make sure that he was okay. And last month when I went there, he seemed to be doing better, but I still kind of worried about him because that's all he had was that dog.
Right. Sometimes that's the main company that people have. Yeah.
So that's the kind of the relationships that we build. But
So that's nice because you can do the initial, this is what's happening, and then if you feel like they might need some checking up on or some extra help, you can notify
yep, exactly.
other people.
Yeah.
So it's another great way that the food pantry helps.
Yep.
So one of the things that I didn't ask is how many people do you serve out of this organization?
The senior program alone is 2,600. Total with the Food Boost program is approximately 47.
And that's on a monthly basis.
The
See-
one thing to remember though is we have 2,600 senior boxes that goes out. The additional amount is just households. That's not a number of people in those households.
Right.
So you could be looking at, double that number if you count household sizes.
Because the boxes are created based on the number of people in the households?
Yes.
So is the 26 plus 4,700?
No, that's total.
Total. 4,700 is total. And that's just what we know. That's not what necessarily comes to the door asking for emergency help.
If people come to the door and ask for emergency help, we would document that, so that would be included.
That
in
would be, okay,
figure.
so 4,700. So let's round it up and let's say 5,000 people
Yep.
in 11 counties. Now, I want you all to remember, I've said it before, there are 900 people in my town. So these are all small rural towns. So when you say 4,700, 5,000 people, that's a lot
Yeah.
of the
Yes.
population that lives here.
Absolutely.
Okay, so this would definitely help increase the availability of foods, the variety of foods, and you'd be able to reach more people who may be falling in between the cracks.
Yes.
And in addition to that, with having a wider range of food options, this may bring people into our food programs that maybe otherwise wouldn't, because maybe they have certain dietary restrictions or they have preferences with what they can eat. But if they hear that we are now offering on a regular basis frozen fruit, frozen vegetables, meat options, and the potential for dairy on a regular basis, that may bring in other people who are in need of our food assistance but haven't been coming because of not a wider range of variety. We just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, to learn about our food programs and what we're doing in the communities of northeastern Michigan. there is a continued need to support our community members with food insecurity. And if you have the ability to donate monetarily, we greatly appreciate it. If you do not have the means to donate monetarily, if you could share this video with as many people as you can to get the word out with what we're doing, that would be appreciated so much. And thank you for all that you do.
I just do what we can to get food on people's tables.
No amount is too small. I can't say that enough after the years I've done this program and the stories I could share, and the people I've met, because many of them you see time after time. You get to know their stories, you get to know their trials, and their history. And for everybody in our area, it's not been a cakewalk.
No.
You know, not everybody's as fortunate as the person next to you, and you can never judge a book by its cover.
Never.
So please donate and help this cause. And if you can't donate, maybe volunteer with us.
Because you can always use volunteers,
and that's always use volunteers.
And that's for all 11 counties.
All 11 counties. Time is just as valuable as dollars.
And so if you are interested in volunteering, then definitely call that number right there. Very important number to call. Tammy and Amanda, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate you spending your day with me and explaining how we can help so many people.
Thank you, Lisa.
If you're interested in helping us raise funds for the food bank to help over 4,700 people get through the very difficult times that are coming up, then there's a GoFundMe link down below. It goes directly to NEMSCA. It never touches my hands. Please do not send me money. Please do not super chat me money for this. Nothing like that, okay? It all needs to go through GoFundMe. As a result, you will receive a receipt that you turn into your tax person as a donation to a 501. It's totally tax deductible, which is a nice thank you for helping feed the people in the area that I live. Thank you for watching this entire video. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you learned about the availability in this area for help if you need it. If you need help in your area, there's a link down below on where you can find help for food assistance. Do not be ashamed to ask for help. Reach out and find some help because it's out there for you, and that's what it's for, to help you get through those difficult times. Thank you, everyone, for considering year number 2 of helping to feed people. Until next time, be safe.